to our civilizational ethos, ladies and gentlemen. Since time immemorial to the present, women have equally shouldered the task of driving Bharat forward. In the present, the rising female to male ratio in the country today is a positive social indicator, a fact that we as a nation must be very, very proud of. And as gender ideology, gender parity conversations, along with diversity in our workspace, take center stage, it is also important to celebrate those women who have not only broken the glass ceiling, but they have charted hitherto unimagined paths to carve out a very unique place for themselves. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने भी कई बार कहा है कि भारत को अब विमेन लेड डेवलपमेंट फेज के लिए तैयार होना है. Ladies and gentlemen, a rising India is motoring on the path to becoming a developed Viksit Bharat, powered by Shakti. In this Azadi Ka Amrit Kaal, the News18 network presents Rising India, Shakti. So what is the he doing here is a question that may pop in your mind, but she may be he hai. So that's the supplementary role that I'm going to play for a short while. But this show, ladies and gentlemen, is off for and about women. So big round of applause to all the women in the house and to the gentlemen today. As I take a pause from the introduction, I'm going to request you, if you find ladies standing around you, please get up, vacate the seat. Priority is for women. So the priority seats are for women. All right? Aur aap hak se apna seat mangiye, ladies. All right. This is a unique endeavor that aims to recognize contribution of women across various disciplines, sectors, and celebrate their achievements. An effort for, of, and about, like I said, women, Shakti, that is powering Bharat towards Atmanirbharta. The speed of India's drive towards becoming a developed nation is directly proportional to the number of its women getting behind the steering wheel.
आसमान ही नहीं, मैं अंतरिक्ष भी छू सकती हूँ. सरकार हो या कारोबार, हर बागडोर संभाल सकती हूँ. उठाए अगर कोई दुश्मन आंख, तो करारा जवाब दे सकती हूँ. कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर सबके साथ बढ़ सकती हूँ. मैं कर सकती हूँ. सोच की दीवार हो या बंद हर किवाड़ हो, अपने हौसले से पार कर सकती हूँ. देश के निर्माण से लेकर दुनिया को आगे ले जाने में अपनी भागीदारी निभा सकती हूँ. मैं शक्ति हूँ. मैं कर सकती हूँ.
My kudos and thank yous and gratitudes to the entire team at the back end that's worked tirelessly to put this together. So before we forget them all, this is all happening because there are a lot of hard yards that have been put at the back end. Our first session, let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. मैं कर सकती हूँ, मैं शक्ति हूँ. That's the theme, that's the ethos behind Rising India, Shakti. I can, I have, and I will. How do we work together to make women across strata, across the length and breadth of Bharat self-reliant? How do we encourage entrepreneurship? What is the role of philanthropy? Should more educated, aware Gen Next go back to strengthen the grassroots? It's a plethora of women achievers on stage right in our first session. So it's the who's who. May I please request the moderator of this session, a sterling achiever herself, a good friend and a pride of the network, Shireen Bhan, to please come up. Thank you very much, Shireen. मैं सेशन के पैनलिस्ट से भी अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो मंच पर आएं. अक्षिता एम भांज धियो, culture writer, director of the Belgaria Palace, hails from the president's hometown of Mayurbhanj in Odisha. Akshita ji, namaste. Good to have you with us. Lachit Rizgan, creator of Dolkar Sustainable Stays. She's come all the way from Leh, Ladakh for us. Lovely. Thank you so much. Lisa Mohanty, she started Nirguna.in in Odisha, a former dancer who's working with weavers. Lisa ji, namaste. Thank you so much. You can be more generous with your applause. Ladies and gentlemen, thoda bring the energy up. Thank you. And Tala Salaria, founder, trustee, Law Foundation. She's been doing some phenomenal work with various philanthropists and the work in Jammu and Kashmir. We'll talk about it. She will talk about it. Over to you, Shri.
Thank you very much, Anand. Ladies, please take a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute pleasure it is to see all of you here in this packed hall as we get started with our very first session, which really celebrates a diversity of women achievers. And that's very evident and clear here as you look at the women seated on this stage today. Why did we decide to start with the idea of entrepreneurship as the first panel of speakers that we wanted to focus on? Because these women embody and demonstrate the idea of resilience, the idea of getting things done, the idea of making the personal collective. And you will hear from each one of them. There's been so much talk and so much focus on the startup ecosystem. India is one of the leading startup nations today, home to 100 plus unicorns. Well, these ladies here are not running foundations that have unicorn like valuations, but they certainly have unicorn like values. And that is what we're attempting to uncover and discover through their stories. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a big round of applause to our achievers here as we quick start our Shakti session with Swayam Shakti. Lisa, I'm going to start by talking to you because, in many ways, ladies and gentlemen, Lisa's story was not just about starting up, but it was about starting over. I don't know how many of you will know this, but in 2013, she's of course a classical dancer, had spent her whole life dancing. That was her passion, that was her life. But in 2013, you were on a transatlantic flight. You had a medical emergency. That medical condition led you to give up dancing altogether. And in 2014, you decided to change your passion. You decided to reignite the spark that you had, the love for dance, and converted that into a collective. Lisa, I want you to talk to me about starting over, the resilience, the grace, and courage that it took for you to do so.
Thank you, Sirin.